Have you been making countless applications and not getting feedback? Here are some of the reasons why that happens. So in this current market, a lot of people make applications, but they never get to the interview stage. You find the percentage of the people who get to these interviews are less as opposed to the people who never got feedback or the people who got regret emails. There is usually a major reason why that happens. So this is something we're going to tackle in depth today. Reason number one, poor formatting. Now, this is one area a lot of people tend to overlook because people go with the assumption of they'll not look at how I've presented my work, they'll just go straight to the point, looking at my skills, experience, and achievements, which is the complete wrong approach. Because again, remember when you're sending your work, they have to look at presentation even before getting to the contents. And I'm not disregarding that a CV shouldn't contain skills, achievements, and roles, but how have you presented your work? Is it catchy? Is it professional? Is it organized? And you see a lot of people send their documents in a hurry without looking at the presentation. So if you have a poor format, there is no way you'll make an impression to that recruiter, because they'll assume that this is a reflection of how this person will be when I give them this role. Chances are they'll be disorganized. They will not be professional. So with poor formatting, you will never get that interview. And again, with poor formatting, there is what is known as the applicant tracking system. So this software scans CVs, and what a lot of people are not aware of, it scans CVs also based on the formatting that you have. And a lot of people make mistakes here because you find people sending CVs containing graphs, tables, charts, pictures, graphics, information that's abbreviated. When such is detected, that system already will detect it's an error. So when it goes to the candidate's end, it will just come in form of a regret email. But this candidate won't know the reason why. And it often leads to frustration because this candidate will be like, I've been sending applications to company X, it's like they're biased. How comes they don't select me? Yet the candidate is unaware that the formatting is what ruled them out. Because many people are always using the internet. With the presence of AI, they just go and then they're like, formulate a CV for me. The CV has pictures, those ones are not supposed to be incorporated. When it comes to formatting, it has to be strictly plain text, which works across, whether an organization is using that software or not. You can never go wrong with a plain text format. So that was point number one, poor formatting. Point number two, lack of tailoring. So by lack of tailoring here, I mean sending a generalized CV, where an application has indicated we are looking for a videographer, we are looking for an editor. So when you come to this person's CV, none of what has been stated in the advert has been reflected in that CV. Completely nothing. And examples are skills. The person might have included skills that are not relevant to what they're looking for in an editor. So you find the person has incorporated skills section, but the skills that have been incorporated, examples are like, maybe this person has said, I'm self-disciplined, I am honest, I'm someone with integrity, I am God-fearing. None of these statements reflect what this person is bringing on board in terms of those skill sets that they're looking for in that advert. So normally you have to tailor your skills to suit what that advert is looking for. Every time you're making an application, you have to counter-check your CV and the advert. What kind of skills is the advert looking for? Have I done them? Let me incorporate them. If it's in terms of experience, the roles also have to mirror what that advert is looking for. Each and every detail, that's why you hear recruiters talking of, they'll always indicate that we will only contact qualified candidates. And by qualified here, it's not just a matter of your educational background. They're going in depth, your skills, your experience, the trainings you've had, maybe you've done voluntary work. They'll be looking at all those bits, but it has to match 90%. Not even 10, not even 50, but 90%. So it always has to match. So the process is always ongoing. You don't be like, I've sent the CV, this is the CV I'll always be using. No, you will always have to counter check, because you might miss out on certain bits and then you feel like, I've been updating this CV so many times, let me send it as it is. Then something minor makes you miss out on that bit because you didn't incorporate a skill that they were looking for. So lack of tailoring also is another cause. Number three, lack of incorporating achievements. Now, achievements are very crucial. So let's take a scenario of a sales professional. So let's say this is a sales manager. So a lot of sales experts usually make this mistake of they've included the CV, the duties have been structured, but then these duties don't contain achievements. And there's nothing that puts off a recruiter than a sales CV that does not incorporate accomplishments. Because with sales, they'd want to know, was this person hitting targets and by what percentage? Was this person hitting a target of 20 million, 30 million, 50 million? They want to know so that if they give you this role, they also have expectations in terms of the target they'll be able to set for you. So if you've not incorporated that, you will have convinced them that if this person has been dealing with sales, marketing, and no milestones were achieved, chances are this person didn't grow, or this person also didn't master the roles fully. That's why no accomplishments were incorporated. Achievements always have to be incorporated. It could also be in form of an award. Maybe you are the best employee of the year. Maybe you are the best in sales, best in customer service. These bits need to be incorporated because they always go a long way with the recruiter. Because there you'll have already made an impression even before them calling you in for that interview. So that was number 3, lack of incorporating achievements. Number 4, typos and errors. So a lot of people also tend to overlook this because people are of the assumption of no recruiter will check if I had any errors. Do they even have time to look into that? They do. Because it's very easy to detect a grammatical error from beginning to end. So if that recruiter already sees you're making errors even in the job titles that you have, that already gives them that will already inform them that this person is not keen to detail. And in the advert, we have indicated we are looking for someone who is keen to detail. So if I'm already seeing errors in the CV and I've not yet called this person for an interview, what if I give this person the job right now? So this means this person is not accurate, because you always have to counter check your work. So having typos and errors, it always puts off a recruiter. Now, point number 5, the language used. Now, this is where a lot of people make a lot of mistakes in, because you find there are people who are even using jargon. And remember, this is not a writing competition. What the recruiter is looking for here is simplicity, but from a professional perspective. So each and every detail you're communicating here also has to be convincing. So you don't just formulate information, and when the recruiter is reading through, they're like, this is not a true representation of what this person does. They can easily tell. Because if you say you're a finance manager, and then the first duty you include is budget management, okay, they'll be wondering, okay, what about budget management? Because if you just list budget management and you say that's the role you did, they would want to know more. What specifically were you involved in budget management as a finance manager? Because those roles also have to showcase your result-orientedness to perform a task. So they can easily tell if the information you've shared is not convincing enough, just by how you've structured the wordings. So it's crucial also in the language that you use in a CV. So in conclusion, it is very easy to get an interview. But what is usually the major determinant is how you've structured your CV, how you've formatted it, how you've matched that CV to suit that advert. So if you need help regarding this, you can always reach out to us. You can check out the link below. Me and my team will be able to review your CV. We also get to advise as well on areas where you are falling short. We even provide tips also of how you can package yourself better. Reach out to us and we'll be of assistance.